What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Don't Forget About Me, the Supernova version, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, as you can see here, one of the exciting things that has happened over the last couple of days is an increase in the amount of signups for Splinterlands. Now, I apologize, I have not done that video where we track spellbook purchases and signups. I will try to get back to that very soon, but I wanted to call this out, and I'm going to give a quick shout out to Rogue Patton for giving me a heads up on this, even though we also got a heads up during I think it was the town hall, that this is part of, I believe, the YGG GAP program, or the Guild Advancement Placement or Guild Advancement Program. Yeah, GAP, Guild Advancement Program. So I forgot what season it is, but part of this is just YGG doing their thing to come in, and it's a partnership between Splinterlands and them. And so, for people looking for marketing, this is a way that we're kind of doing that. This is, I think, as Dave put it, like they're testing all these different ways of collaborating, of partnerships, and of course, marketing at some point in the future, right? So what's interesting with this is obviously the amount of players signing up has gone up. You can see that we were maybe averaging, I don't know, in like the 50 to 70 range, right? At midpoint of April. And now the last 2 days, especially, we've been like over 200. And even before that, we've been in the, over 100 range. So what is the point of this? Even though we're not getting the spellbook purchases, to me, this is incredibly important for one specific reason. And it's the simple fact that the players are no longer required to buy a spellbook to participate in playing the game, right? A spellbook is really only required in order to earn. And we've gone through, or I should say the team has gone through great lengths to make this game free to play and fun to play as a free to play, right? So you can just come in, you can participate at the lower leagues, the lower tiers, you earn glint, and you can just level up your cards, right? Open up reward chests, open up card draws, and just build your collection that way without even touching any SPS. You don't need to stake SPS. You don't need to buy SPS. You don't need to earn SPS, right? You just play the game for what it is, and you get to participate, which is exactly what we're looking for because, and I think that this is just as important, players can come in and still spend money. Right? They can come in and it's just like, oh yeah, let me buy a couple packs. Maybe I'll buy a couple starter packs and just see how it goes, right? And so somebody can come in and spend $5. And even if they don't buy a spellbook, they come in, they spend $5, they start playing the game, they get attached to it, they grow, but they never become like a huge whale. They never even become a dolphin or whatever small fish that you want to call. Like they just play the game because it's fun to play, and maybe they'll put in $5 here, $5 there. Well, guess what? When they put in those $5, probably through credits, that ends up being something that, the team pays out on the back end. We burn DEC through that with, and kind of like listing and market fees and all that stuff. So it ends up being a positive thing for the ecosystem and for SPS and DEC and the flywheel overall. So to me, the fact that we're not seeing a ton of spellbook signups here is not concerning. First and foremost of which, like, if it's a guild program that's like bringing players in, they might be, what's that called? They might not need to purchase spellbooks right now. They might not need to do any of that. Maybe they're playing on different accounts. Maybe they're scholaring. Maybe it's whatever. Obviously, they would need spellbooks for that. But this is all about introducing players to the game, letting them see what it's like at the lower levels where it is competitive, where you probably go up against, bot accounts and novice and whatever, and they can just learn the elements of the game. Now, you're gonna look at this, and I know the detractors are gonna say, well, the game really isn't fun down there, and it's a cesspool for bots, and I really don't think it is. I mean, I think the liquidity bots at the lower levels are quite easy to beat. The other argument against this is going to be like, well, they're not really getting a good version of the game. The game is too simple at the lower levels, and yada yada yada. To again, I will respond that when I first joined the game, I played in bronze for the entirety until Chaos Legion came out. It was like 5-6 months until Chaos Legion was there. And so I enjoyed the game for what it was. Granted, I was earning, so I spent money on the spellbook, right? Because you had to at that time. If I didn't, would I have stayed? I don't know, right? That's the whole element of like play to earn. But I did realize that I enjoyed the game even at that lower level until I could get some higher level cards once Chaos Legion came out. So ultimately, to me, this is a great sign. We are obviously bringing in new players. This is a partnership, or whatever you want to call it, a marketing venture that the team is engaging in. And we do have some new players coming into the ecosystem. So we see that here in the daily active players as well, right? We're over 5,000 over the past week or so. 5,000 on average, I should say. And these are players coming in. These are real people coming in that are participating in another guild, right? Not the Splinterlands guild, but YGG, and coming in to try out the game. Are we going to get all of them? No. Are we going to get most of them? Probably not. But could we get a couple of them? And could those couple of people become the next person that starts to do content or starts to post on X about it or starts to just play and be part of the community? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even a 1 to 2% retention rate would be significant. I mean, that's again where I'm just looking at I don't know what our retention rates are right now, but you look at like the daily average signups of like 85. Imagine if we had like a 1% retention rate, that we were getting one person, and I don't know whether that's a lot or little. I'm just saying that over time, you're getting one person who tries the game, enjoys it, wants to be a part of it, is willing to put money into it, whether they look at it as an investment or whether they look at it as a collector or as a gamer, they're going to put some capital in. If we could get one person every day, right? And that person could be somewhere on the spectrum of the lowest shrimp to the highest whale, I think that would be meaningful, right? Especially as we start to increase the amount of people who have exposure to the game, right? So instead of it being 100 average daily signups, what if we go to 200 average daily signups? What if we go to 500 daily average signups? And all of a sudden we still keep that same retention rate. And obviously Dave and the team are trying to improve that retention rate. So all this is happening also, I just want to mention, before campaign mode and the foundation set are out. I don't know what the time frame for that is. I do hope it is within the next month or so. We'll call it like June. And if we can do that, then I would expect the team to really start to ramp up marketing efforts, and not necessarily like, hey, we're going to go super hard on this marketing or that marketing or ads, but marketing efforts in the sense of like, okay, let's just get exposure to the game. Let's test more things. Let's see what it's like when people come in from a guild, or let's see what it's like when people come in from Brave ads, or let's see what it's like when people come in from XYZ, whatever you want to call it. So on the whole, we got some new players in the game. I hope you'll welcome them. Dave did mention that on Discord, if you see green hearts, that is a sign that there are new players. So let's do what we do best as a community, and that is be awesome, right? Be welcoming, be supportive, and just try to show people what this, how awesome and how fun the game is, the community is, how great the team is. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.